The Magi from the East. Matthew's Gospel, chapter 2, verses 1 to 12. The Magi, the wise and learned men of the East, students, observers of the orbital cosmic orders, would soon leave their borders to follow a star. This journey from afar in search of a king, one that would be born tucked away in a lonely stable and wrapped in a tiny straw cradle. And despite this demanding destination, through the uneven gravel this journey would soon unravel, seeking through the movements of the stars, the celestial spheres. These wise men would indeed become pioneers, bearing gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. They arrived at the door of the so-called Herod the Great. This was their fate. And as they inquired, King Herod conspired, disturbed and troubled, his soul deeply puzzled. And he called together the chief priests and teachers of the law, determined to find the king lying in this bed of straw. Confirming his birth through the text, his heart grew ever so vexed, pointing them to the city of Bethlehem to find this gem. As the free men bowed down and said, Amen. Herod was claiming he wanted to bow his feet, but his real motive was to destroy and delete. Elimination of another king from his nation, death and destruction, his desire, deduction, his sinister sound would soon be heard all around as they continued their journey to the house of bread. And as you will clearly see, they were being divinely led. And so, my brothers and sisters, will you, if you follow this bright star within with signs and wonders, even in the midst of your blunders, the universe is one whole working together, the stars, the planets, the galaxies, all expressions of the word sound and light. This will appear clear to your sight, but the Magi, they had devotion, this emotion that allowed them to ride through every ocean. And you will need to be steadfast in your will. Until when? Until the until. To carry your true gold, your real treasure, in the midst of all pressure. Frankincense to commence this journey from start to end. To turn every bend, the incense symbolic of prayer without ceasing, your spirit increasing, your ears perceiving, your eyes foreseeing. And the last part, myrrh, a perfume used to anoint the dead. I'm sure you've read the fragrance of sacrifice, your price and portion, your share and destiny, that which was meant to be the scent of the content you spent. Lessons from these three wise men. Jesus is worth journeying across the earth, for his birth, life and death was foretold for you to behold. But if you read Isaiah 53, you will see him hanging on a tree. Remember, all creation speaks, even in the midst of all the critiques. When a few are walking and plenty are talking, your eyes will discern or even recognize the sign and wonders through the storm and thunders. The trees, the rivers, the lakes, the wind and stars are all instruments, like a finely tuned guitar. But whose report will you listen to? Herod and the political religious elite, or the one that's entirely complete? Hundreds of thousands of people would have seen the same star, all looking up at this wonder, and yet few could read its number. With many things attracted or purely distracted, to love the one that gave you life, lifespan, lifetime, life history. This is the most beautiful mystery.